Hey guys, plot recapped here. Today, I am going to explain horror thriller movie Haunted 3D. Huge spoilers ahead, so watch at your own risk. Rayhan travels to Koti, Shimla, to prepare a mansion Glen Manor for sale for his father's real estate company. He comes to know that the mansion's caretaker died 2 days ago from a heart attack due to the house being haunted. Although he refuses to believe this at first, he meets a rag picker telling him that only he will be able to stop the hauntings. Mysterious things happen over the next few nights, exactly at 3 a.m. Rayhan saves himself from a few fatal attacks, hears repeated screams of a woman, sees a girl singing and playing the piano who vanishes when he opens the door. A book drops from a bookshelf on its own and Rayhan finds a letter inside. The suicide letter, written by Mira Subberwal to her parents, tells her story from 1936 when they left for Delhi to attend her brother's wedding and left her behind with her nanny Margaret, a servant, and a driver, so that she could prepare for her upcoming exams. In their absence, her piano teacher Iyer tried to rape her during her lessons. However, she saved herself by hitting him hard with a candle stand on his head, which resulted in his death. Soon, the police corroborated Mira's story, as they found a few personal items and explicit sketches of hers drawn by Iyer in his house. However, Iyer, obsessed with Mira, returned in the form of an evil spirit, killing her servant first, then her driver and last of all, Margaret. He raped Mira repeatedly for the next 6 days, who ended up committing suicide in despair. Rayhan soon realizes that even after her death, her spirit is trapped and tortured inside the mansion by Iyer's spirit to this day. After reading the letter, he feels sympathetic and brings a psychic, Mrs. Stevens, to help, but the woman leaves after realizing how much evil and obsessive Iyer's spirit is and asks Rayhan to do the same, but he ignores her warning and stays there, challenging Iyer by repeating his name, as it is believed that saying an evil spirit's name makes it more powerful. However, Iyer's spirit appears before him, warning him to get out of the mansion and violently throws him out. Rayhan tries to get in again, hearing the screams, but Mira's spirit appears before him too, saying that Iyer will never let him free her from his captivity. A tearful Rayhan steps back and kneels down in despair before the thundering mansion, echoing with Mira's screams. The next morning when he wakes up, he finds the rag picker in front of him, casting a spell. The spell sends him back 75 years to August 17, 1936, the day when Mira's parents leave for Delhi. Rayhan befriends Mira by being shown the way to the city by her, calling himself to be a lost newcomer to the town. The next day, in order to prevent Iyer's death, Rayhan arrives at Glen Manor with a basket full of chocolates for Mira as a gift for showing him the way to the city, seconds before Iyer could carry out his intention. Rayhan says that he would like to listen to Mira's performance as he is also interested in music, but Iyer asks him to leave. Rayhan insists on staying outside the door so he will not interfere in their class and can still listen to her music, so that he could come to Mira's help if Iyer tries to rape her. As Rayhan waits outside the room, Iyer unexpectedly hits him, throwing him out on the lawn. He bolts the door from inside and tries to rape a horrified Mira, while Rayhan tries to prevent his death. But as written in fate, Mira kills him. Injured and even distraught for not being able to change the event, Rayhan is admitted to the hospital by Margaret and Mira, where he dreams about Iyer's spirit, saying that he knows he is from the future, his purpose for being there, and says that he will not let him win. Rayhan wakes up from the dream the next morning and rushes out of the hospital to save Mira's servant, who, according to her letter, was going to get killed. He is horrified along with Mira, Margaret, and the driver when he finds the servant to be dead already. Desperate for her cooperation to help her out, he explains everything to Mira and Margaret and asks them to meet him the next day at noon. The next day, the three of them visit a priest, Mohan Kapoor, who tells them that far from the town is a dargah, a mosque where there is a Sufi Baba who could help them. He tells them to start the journey at 3 p.m. because spirits are weakest at this point of time, and they would be safe from Iyer, but warns them about the time of 3 a.m., because at this time, all spirits are at their strongest. As it gets dark, the three decide to stay in a hotel. At night, Iyer's spirit possesses Margaret's body through a telephone call and tries to rape Mira again. Rayhan fights it and takes Mira straight to the dargah. Mira, concerned about Rayhan's safety, tries to leave him without caring for herself and calling herself the cause of the whole problem, but Rayhan convinces her to let him help by professing his love for her. Both of them share a kiss. Meanwhile, the priest, who was praying for Mira, is killed by a snake, who was probably Ayer's spirit. Margaret, still possessed, is present in the forest through which Rayhan and Mira are going to the Dargad. She follows and attacks them, but Rayhan stabs her in the abdomen with a sharp wood log. Assuming her to be dead, they both bury Margaret's body under some heavy logs. However, she rises from beneath the logs and chases both of them by flying in the air. Margaret kicks Rayhan in the head and takes Mira with her in the air, as Ayer wants Mira, but Rayhan realizes that in the process of escaping, they have reached the Dargad. Rayhan grabs Margaret's foot just as she was about to fly off with Mira, and manages to put it at the doorstep of the Dargad, thereby forcing Ayer's spirit to leave through the hole in Margaret's abdomen and throwing off her dead body. Inside they find the same rag picker who sent Rayhan into the past, revealing himself to be the Sufi Baba. He tells them that a mile away is a town that was blessed by Khwaja, where there is a well which makes anything reach its place where it has to, and in which Mira has to show the way to the spirit, which is connected to her through his blood stained on her pendant when she killed him. As they reach the town, they have to drop the fire, soil, and the pendant, as the well works along with the 5 elements, water and air, being already available. As Mira is performing the act with Rayhan by her side, both are interrupted by Ayer's spirit, who drags Mira away and is about to rape her. Still, Rayhan manages to throw the pendant into the well at the last moment, and the spirit is dragged into it. Thus, saving Mira, Rayhan accidentally falls into the well too, as was in store for him, and reaches back to the year 2011. He finds another letter written by Mira to him in the same place, thanking him for gifting her a new life and saying that she was distraught at first for losing him forever, but then decided to live a happy life, in order to give importance to the invaluable gift bestowed upon her. A teary-eyed and happy Rayhan looks at a smiling Mira in the photo frames on the wall with her family, husband, and her child, named after him, and sits on the bed with her letter in hand, realizing that Glen Manor is now finally free from her screams and is now no longer haunted.